Hey everyone, welcome back, week 5. Okay, first and foremost, oh my god, last week. So I'm pretty sure every single survivor we picked was incorrect. That was a rampant week of upsets. I picked one of the upsets that happened, and I still went 7 for 8 on the week. That's the worst week I've done in a long time.
I went 69, but I felt like crap, man. I did a pretty bad job of picking. I think everyone, even in my league I'm in right now, everyone got a bunch of crap wrong. I think the best person was like 9 and 7, maybe, or 8 and 8.
It was an awful week.
It was bad.
It was insane.
It makes me really question how smart am I really with football, or was it just one week? It's just one bad week.
Let's plod forward. We'll act like it's not. I mean, Survivor typically has 2 lives, but holy crap, that was rough. That was a brutal week.
Indy losing to the Raiders. That was my Survivor pick, and I was pretty dang confident in freaking Indy winning that one.
Well, all right. Well,
but I guess we'll just see how week 5 goes to see if we're really dumb or we're actually geniuses.
Yeah, if we get another one wrong by week 8, I'd say we should just...
Well, tomorrow we're kicking the week off at Los Angeles Rams at Seattle Seahawks. Who you got?
What'd I tell you? The Tampa Bay versus Rams game. I did not pick the Rams, but I said there was upset potential there.
Yeah, I know.
Was I not right? The Rams looked like crap, and I am tired of hearing people say this, and this is why the Rams lost. The Rams do not have a good defense. They have a timely defense. They make sacks and turnovers when they need. They aren't good. They don't stop yards or points. Okay? Seahawks, they have a good defense. They control the game. Okay? And earlier in the year, I picked Seattle to win. Consider this the one where Seattle kind of establishes themselves as the winner. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I like the Seahawks in this one.
You know, I do like the Seahawks in this one, although I don't think the Rams are as bad as you're making them out to be. I still think they're a really good team. They'll be a playoff team. It's just, I don't know if they were sleeping on Tampa or Tampa's just actually a little good. I mean, crap, they're averaging like 35 points a game right now. I mean, not
with
for week 1 and 2, but yeah.
With that 55 points. Granted, the Rams had 4 turnovers, but still,
They did have 4 turnovers.
Without those 4 turnovers, I think
it might have been 5, actually.
It might be 5 overall. I know you can attribute 4 to Goff, 3 INTs, and a fumble.
I like Russell Wilson, and I like their defense. I think Seattle's doing things this year for sure. I think they'll be a playoff team. I didn't think they might have been a playoff team at the beginning of the year, but now they're definitely, I think they got their identity going. Mm-hmm. I think they're looking like a good team, for sure. Mm-hmm. Next, we got Arizona at Cincinnati.
Take the time down. So I had Cincy to start this, and holy crap, that game yesterday was just atrocious to watch. I've never seen an O-line do less. And I immediately changed to the Cardinals after that. I don't know. I don't think the Cardinals are very good, but the Bengals were just terrible. I am more willing to take a visiting winless team over the Bengals right now, and I think that speaks volumes to how bad they look.
It's terrible just because Arizona almost never wins on the eastern side of the United States. They're like 1 for 9 versus AFC North teams, and I don't know how many years, but I'm picking Arizona here because I did not like what I saw from Cincinnati. Their defense just looked terrible. Their offense looked flat. Their O-line looked terrible.
Arizona lost 27-10 to the Seahawks, who I think are a good team. The Bengals got trounced 27-3 to the Steelers, who I feel are a bad team. And I think that's the difference maker.
Yeah, I don't think the Steelers are very good, and they made them look like all-stars, basically. Mm-hmm. So I think Arizona wins this one. And I don't even feel good about this pick. Mm-hmm. I don't like picking, cross-country teams, especially a bad cross-country team, but I think Arizona's got some potential and they got some upside. I think they could beat Cincinnati.
So you're picking an upset finally. I'm glad to see it.
I picked several upsets.
Not enough.
All right, moving on. Buffalo at Tennessee.
Buffalo hung very close to the Pats.
They did.
The Patriots' offense did not do much. I don't know if the Patriots' offense is just getting stagnant or that Bills' D is as stout as we thought. They were in position to win multiple times. They got a little aggressive. They failed on a 4th and goal when they were down by 6, and then they had a late turnover that basically sealed it. Uh-huh. Both those times they could have got 2 field goals. I mean, on that game-sealing one, they needed a little bit further. But basically, without those turnovers or a blocked punt, they were in position to win this game. They put up a better fight against the Pats than I would have given them credit for. I think that defense is impressive. And it hurts me to say Josh Allen doesn't look lost. He looks like he's learning. He's doing what he needs to.
He looks like a second-year quarterback.
He's doing what he needs to with a good defense under him.
And you're saying you don't know if it's a combat or if it's the Pats' offense is going bad or the Bills' defense is trending up. I think it's actually a combination of both. I think the Bills do have a good defense, and there's just so many injuries, I think, on the offensive side of New England's scheme. But I still think New England's a powerhouse. They're probably going to be in the Super Bowl for like bazillionth time in a row. But
yeah, credit to the Bills in that game. But I'm going to roll with the Titans for this one. Titans went on the road and beat the Falcons. And we basically said, what's better, the Titans' defense or the Falcons' offense? Whoever wins that game, roll with that team. I'm going to roll with the Titans.
I struggled with this one, man. I do think Buffalo can beat Tennessee, but I'm picking Tennessee because they're the home team, and they're not a bad team either.
No.
They do have a good defense, but I just don't like Marcus Mariota that much.
Yeah, maybe Tannehill comes in and saves the day.
I doubt that, but
the main thing is I find funny is the Bills. Every Bills game has been close, so I think that the Titans can at least have the edge at the end. It's more or less.
If Buffalo wins this, I would not be upset at all.
No, I'd see it. I'd understand it.
All right, moving on. Chicago at Oakland, and this is in London.
Yes. So the Raiders really screwed my Survivor last week.
Is this the first London game of the year?
I have no idea. But maybe. But also, who cares? I went with the Bears this week. Maybe I haven't given the Bears enough respect. They just floored the Vikings. I don't know what's going on with them. But they controlled that game. Possibly. They controlled that game top to bottom. Oakland also surprised the heck out of me, right? But the one stat I saw that made me want to pick Chicago over Oakland, because I actually wanted to pick Oakland for a minute because I realized I didn't give them enough respect, and then they trounced Indy, was the Raiders have traveled more than anyone else this year, and this is now their fourth consecutive away game.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They've traveled more than some teams will travel all year. Technically, this is a home game and it's in London, and
it's not really home field advantage, though.
No, because you're flying across the pond.
I mean, they got your fucking logo on the field, but I mean, really, is it just like, oh yeah, your home field? Wow, what do you do? Everyone there is Jags fans anyway. So.
Yeah. So I mean, plus it's a MAC game. Maybe it's a revenge way in that, but I'll just give it to the Bears because that defense crushed Kirk Cousins, and the Vikings crushed the Raiders the week before. I could see Oakland winning. I guess I don't know them anymore either, but they're my choice. Go with the Bears.
I can't explain that Indianapolis loss, man. I don't know if Oakland's actually decent or I can't explain it.
I didn't believe in
Chicago.
I didn't believe in Brissett, and then they won those 2 in a row, and I'm like, maybe I should give him respect, and, well, I guess I shouldn't have.
I don't believe in Chicago's offense, though, but their defense is really keeping them afloat.
Trubisky isn't the starter right now. He's still injured.
Even with him out, dude, I don't believe in him.
I think Chase Daniel's the backup. He did fine as the backup, and I think that's actually interesting as far as it goes. You can have your backup.
Maybe he'll get benched.
You can have your backup be in and look exactly the same as your offense has looked the first 3 weeks.
I honestly think Chicago should draft a QB.
Yeah.
I would get rid of Trubisky, dude. I don't think he's not ascending.
No.
Anyway, go with Chicago on that one. Mm-hmm. Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
All right, so the one time I picked against New Orleans, they proved me wrong. Props to them. I believed in the Saints from the start of this year. I only sort of faltered ever since that Breeze got injured. And based on that game, gritty, defensive again, beating the, ascending Cowboys at the time, I was impressed. And I'd say I'd roll with that. That defense and Alvin Kamara make a dangerous combination, and it just goes to show, with Breeze, they are a Super Bowl contender, like top notch. Like, do not doubt them in any capacity.
Do you think Kamara's better than Zeke?
Oh yeah, Kamara is my favorite running back in the NFL right now. He's amazing.
Tackle, man. Every time I see him run, guys just bounce off of him.
Can't tackle him.
Jeez. Yeah,
it's amazing.
He's crazy, and if the Saints had lost to the Cowboys, I might consider picking Tampa Bay here. Just because Tampa Bay does have a pretty decent offense, but Jameis Winston still always figures out ways to throw pick sixes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going with New Orleans just because it shows they have great depth. They have a good defense, and they're winning with a backup. Granted, they only scored 12 points, but the Cowboys do have a good defense, and they won.
New Orleans made like 3 red zone trips, and they kicked field goals, so they could have done better.
With Breeze,
yeah. And the thing with Tampa, surprising the Rams, Tampa does have a good offense. Rams have a bad defense. The Saints actually have a good defense, so it should be a good back and forth. Tampa loves to play the division well, but I'll roll with the Saints.
Tampa does play the division well, man.
It just really makes me think that if the refs had called a fair game week 2, would the Saints be one of the undefeated teams right now?
Probably. That's doing it with a backup. That's nuts.
Yeah. On 2 quality teams.
They might be losing in the NFC Championship game 2 years in a row to the refs.
That's a bold take. We'll see.
Well, if the Patriots are there, yeah.
In the NFC Championship?
No, in the Super Bowl.
Oh, there you go.
Because they can't play the Saints.
Yeah, fair.
All right, Minnesota at New York.
Giants?
Yes.
So, I've been riding with the Giants the last 2 weeks. I was happy when they started Daniel Jones. They upset the Bucks, and then they just trounced the Skins. They were the team I was looking at picking last week for Survivor, but I'm like, the Giants just won 1 game. That's crazy. Why would I roll with them? Should have. I wouldn't have to give an apology at the start of this video. But, God, I picked Minnesota over the Bears, and they just looked pathetic top to bottom. And the icing on the cake is at the end of the game, either Thielen or Diggs, someone on the Vikings offense actually called out Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, because they didn't score until the 4th quarter, man.
And I think when that happens, that's when cracks in teams emerge, and that causes drama, and drama makes bad teams. I mean, heck, I saw it firsthand. The Dolphins were good, and then Bullygate happened, and years of rebuilding. I think that's a problem, and based on that, Vikings are mad at themselves. Giants are riding high, so I will pick them. It's weird. At the start of the year, I wouldn't have, but I'm picking them 3 weeks in a row. Basically matches your win total for them all year. But I think they got this. Or I hope they do. I hope.
Yeah, I did think that there were going to be pieces of crap just because they didn't have any talent besides Saquon Barkley. Dude, they let a lot of good people go, but they're responding fairly well with Daniel Jones. And, I'm rooting for Daniel Jones. I want him to do good. As far as Minnesota's concerned, I am not sold on anything they're doing this year. They look like they're definitely trending down. They're going the wrong way. They're going backwards. I said they were going backwards at the beginning of the year, but they're definitely going backwards with Kirk Cousins. He only scored 6 points against the Bears?
6 points and arguably garbage time. This is a game they need to win if they expect to bounce back. If they lose this, I'd say throw them in the,
if this was week 1 and I'm looking at the schedule and I see Minnesota at New York, I would definitely pick Minnesota. But now I think Minnesota's still just going backwards.
Trends, man.
Sorry, you guys need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. Them and the Bears, they both need quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's a lot of teams.
All right, New York Jets at Philadelphia.
All right, fun fact. So, did you know of all NFL teams to play each other, there's very few remaining where a team has never beaten another team, and most of them rely on, say, an expansion team. Like the Cowboys and Ravens was one, the Texans and Dolphins was one a couple years ago. Yep. They've been broken. There is one old one, an ancient one. And it happens to be this one. The Jets have literally never beaten the Eagles, and it fills me with joy. It's the funniest fact ever. So I don't need to talk past that. Go with the Eagles.
Go with the Eagles. The Jets look like they might be the worst team in the NFL, right beside the Dolphins. They look awful right now.
Okay, whatever.
As far as Philadelphia goes, they beat Green Bay. That was pretty impressive. I didn't expect them to do that, but they definitely look good. And I always thought they were a good team.
Mad. I thought they were good too. That made me so mad. My friend just made me swear, go against them. So I did. And he made me look like
I think they were fine, though. They just got caught, and they played some good teams. They lost some games, and they're like, you know what? Screw it. They're still a good team. I think Philadelphia should still be in the playoffs, and I think they're winning this game. There's no way in hell they'd lose at home to the Jets.
Yeah.
If they lost at home to the Jets, I would...
Some ancient curse type shit if they lose.
Yeah. Who's even their freaking quarterback right now?
The Jets?
Yeah.
Oh, their third string, I think it's Luke Falk. Oh, and a lot of people were saying that we were ripping on the Jets too hard. Like, of course they're doing bad. They've got their backups. And no, their offense is averaging just about what it was at the start of the year.
Yeah.
You know, the Jets' offense is actually averaging less points than the Dolphins, even if you take out any week the Dolphins have played.
Jets' defense is...
To make it a, 3,
Okay,
because Jets just had their bye. But yeah. Just,
offensive mastermind.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Moving on. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
You got it, buddy.
All right, well, Baltimore seems like it's going backwards, especially on defense. I don't know what the hell I watched against them against the Browns. They just came out flat, and they looked like they gave up in the middle of the game, and they just let the Browns run all over them, and it's weird because I thought they were going the different direction.
It's okay, bud.
As far as Pittsburgh goes, I don't buy into the fact that they're better now or they're going the right way, considering because they beat Cincinnati, who we just ripped on before. They look awful. I think Baltimore could win, but I'm not putting a lot of points on that, man, because I don't trust the Ravens to win any games right now the way their defense looks. But it is Pittsburgh, and they're crappy. They have a second-string quarterback right now. This is a game I think they should win, but don't take it to the bank. It's still divisional.
I feel for you. I thought the Browns would win too, but it looks like that Browns hype I believed in at the start of the year that I was starting to doubt may have just, been dormant, and it kind of emerged.
Dude, I think the Ravens defense actually blows though.
Oh God, that was an interesting game to watch.
It's like the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game. It's like, oh, Pittsburgh looks good, but they're playing Cincinnati.
Right.
They were playing the Ravens defense, whom I thought were a good defense.
Right.
They're not.
In the first 2 weeks, you looked great.
Yeah, against the Dolphins and the Cards.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not even against the Cards. The Cards threw 400 freaking yards on them, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just the Dolphins we look good at.
Lucky you.
But
I'll pick Baltimore, okay? I still think you're the better team. I think you have more pieces. Lamar Jackson, I think, is better than Mason Rudolph. I think you're fine. I think you should win. I think Pittsburgh is going to... Because if Pittsburgh wins, they'll tie you in, record, and I think that's what they're looking at. And I think
averages.
The law of averages, that hit us hard last week. And I think a lot of Steelers fans are going to look at it and be licking their chops, being like, "Oh, we're so close." And no, I think Ravens are the better team. I wouldn't talk as much smack on the Steelers all year as I have if I didn't believe they were bad. I think this is a game they'll be excited about. And at the end, they'll be making excuses again. I think they're going to lose, and they're not going to be close. They might be close, but
you don't lose Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Ben Roethlisberger and get better. I mean, before it was the Ben Roethlisberger loss, I thought they'd be better without AB.
I never ripped on them for the Roethlisberger thing. That's an injury, just the Bell and the Brown thing. But whatever.
Two most explosive players, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it'll be totally much better. New England at Washington. This will not be close.
Anyone need a survivor? Go with that one. Do we even need to talk about it, or can we just allude that everyone knows who the choice is?
My survivor wouldn't let me pick Washington because I picked against them a week ago or something.
You mean
2 weeks ago?
It wouldn't let you pick New England because you picked against Washington already?
Because I totally would pick New England with 16 points because I don't think Washington has a game plan here. I don't know.
I actually read that. I don't think they do either. I think Jay Gruden said that earlier today. We don't, maybe we'll just prep for the next 2 weeks for the Dolphins.
They're just, good. That's a winnable game. We'll just practice for that one.
Yeah, but it's one where I always rip on announcers and analysts for not going into in-depth enough. Do you need to here, though? New England, obviously.
Their defense is playing lights out. They haven't allowed a passing touchdown in forever. And freaking Washington's got a rookie quarterback, I think, right now, right?
Oh, yeah, they started Haskins.
Yeah.
And he threw
unless Haskins is incredibly good and just...
Wouldn't that be crazy if Haskins came in and just started something? That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I'd be go Haskins, but as far as I could tell right now, you're losing the Pats. Probably 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm not even making this up. I don't like calling blowouts, but Washington's going to get blown out.
Right on.
Anyway, Jacksonville at Carolina.
Jacksonville, I predicted the upset. I was happy about that. They looked good. I like how they respond under Minshew. Carolina surprised the hell out of me. And they went from 1-2 against Texans at 2-1. What do you know? Law of averages. The visiting Panthers with a backup beat the Texans in Houston. That was the biggest shock to me. That made no sense.
That was weird. That was
the highlights I saw.
Missed.
Turnovers led to it, and it just makes me think. The Panthers, we didn't give them enough respect in that going into that game, but maybe, hear me out, that without MVP or previous MVP quarterback Cam Newton, the Panthers are just better.
I think so.
I think he may have been dragging them down. They beat the Cardinals, and it's like, okay, the Cardinals are bad, but the Texans looked good, and they walked in and they beat them gritty game. And
no, you and I said that Carolina could possibly be a dark horse because I thought they have a good running back, they have a good defense, they got some good components on offense too. It's just Cam Newton was just dressing like a girl and throwing them down, or I don't know what the heck he was doing, man. They lost like 9 straight with Cam Newton. He's not a good quarterback right now.
No,
I don't think he's just get out of the NFL right now.
Honestly, at this point, I'd do it.
Yeah.
You've already won MVP once. I don't think you're going to do it again. I don't think you're going to win a game again at this rate. Your backup is trouncing games on the road. Like, just screw it, you know?
Carolina should just roll with this guy. What's his name? Kyle Allen, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But whatever. I like this game. I think this will be the interesting one.
This is gonna be
I'll give the slight edge to Carolina. I like it. It's gritty defense is matching up, and maybe Carolina takes the edge. We've seen what the backup quarterback can do on the road, or Kyle Allen has done on the road. This is his first home game. Maybe it's even a little bit better. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm also dealing with Carolina. I just home team, basically.
Yeah,
I don't really. There's a little bit unknown with Gardner Minshew and Kyle Allen just because they've only played limited action, but I'm going to watch this game. I like
both are undefeated as backups.
Yeah.
They're
playing well.
That's cool. One of them won't be.
Moving on, Atlanta at Houston.
Well, is it time to get off the Atlanta hype train? We wanted to give him credit, but Ryan is a passing leader right now. He is second most passing yards. They're losing their games.
I can't explain it. It's like, how could you have Patrick Mahomes and be like 0-4? Explain this.
They're barely 1-3. It was a 4th down play that broke for 50 yards with Julio that gave the Falcons their one improbable win.
Matt Ryan has been playing insane. I said he was so good many times. His freaking stats were almost perfect last year. He had a freaking 5-1 like a 5-1 or 6-1 touchdown to interception ratio.
Whatever. I'm at the point
5,000 yards.
I'm at the point where screw it. They're not the Super Bowl team they were. I am pulling out of that hype, or not that hype. I gave them more respect than I should, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. Texans just lost a game they shouldn't have. I'll pick the Texans. I don't care. The Falcons just look apathetic.
There's got to be some underlying issues.
I like
Atlanta
the Falcons.
I like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. They're crazy.
You can't explain how bad they've been with the numbers they produced.
Absolutely. Julio Jones is like a 1,700, 1,800 yard receiver. And freaking Matt Ryan's a 5,000 yard passer. You even got Calvin Ridley in there.
It's just not working.
They're losing.
I'll give it to the Texans. I don't know what else to say. It's just heartbreaking to see, honestly.
It is really heartbreaking to see, man. All right, Denver at the Chargers.
Well, so Denver is defeated. Hate to say it, I predicted it. And I feel sorry for them. It's just kind of weird. I may have predicted it so far, but I expected them to prove me wrong at some point because I've got friends who love the Broncos, and part of me picks against them because they always revel in the fact that my team sucks. So maybe it's a little bit revenge for me to pick against them, but I'm actually right this time, and I don't feel good about it. I think they've had shots, but blowing the game against the Bears and the Jags both times with roughing the passer, last-second field goals, that has to hurt. Both games at home. Whereas the Chargers beat a bad team, Chargers get to play another bad team. I think the Chargers got it, and I don't think I need to explain it much more than that. Denver would need to come in and play the craziest game all year for them to pull this out, and I just don't think they have it.
I don't think the Chargers haven't played very good September football, but I think they're still they're such a good team though. They have such good talent. They're just missing some components like Derwin James. I heard Melvin Gordon was out for freaking pulling out. Is he playing this week though?
I think he's back. Yeah, okay. I think he was last week.
And then Denver's just. I didn't expect an 0-4 start. Usually they start the year off like 2-0 every year, and then they kind of lose like 4 games in a row. But Flacco is not playing very well. I thought he'd play well with the better run game than Baltimore had with him, but it's not living up to the billing. And I just think Denver's just a terrible team. They're going to be like top 5 for draft pick next year.
I actually think they're by strength of schedule. I think they're second worst in the league right now behind the Skins. Like it's bad.
I didn't expect it, but I'm not picking them to win. I think they're going to start out 0-5.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say besides that.
Whatever. Next one.
Moving on, Green Bay at Dallas. This one was a freaking pretty tough one for me to pick. I don't know if I should pick Green Bay to bounce back because I still feel like they're a
Green Bay
team.
Was in position to win. They lost to a good Eagles, but they were in position to win, and
Absolutely.
they lost passing on the
line interception.
Frickin' goal line. They did it. Did you know they were first and goal on the Eagles one, and they passed 4 times in a row? Incompletions. They get the ball back, potential to tie. They run the ball once, gain 5 yards, throw it, interception. You run it inside the 5. It's a game the Packers should have won. Yeah. Or should at least been in position to win with a game-winning field goal. They lost to a good team, fine. Packers should have won, arguably. The Cowboys were arguably closer than they should have been. Like I said, the Saints kept getting snuffed in the red zone. The Saints could have won by more. So, and I think a big reason of Dallas looking as dominant as they were is they were 3-0 off of bad teams. The Eli Manning-led Giants, the Redskins, and the Dolphins. It's easy to be undefeated based on that.
Right, but does Green Bay's defense kind of make you worry a little bit?
It was lights out for 3 weeks. I don't see the problem.
Philadelphia kind of exposed it a little bit.
With the run game, yes, but...
Okay, what about Dallas, though?
I think Dallas could win. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. But I'll play the hot hand, and I felt more confident with Green Bay at the start of the year. At least Green Bay... Both were close games. Green Bay should have won. Dallas was closer than it should have been. I'll pick Green Bay.
You know, normally when you pay a quarterback big bucks, the team usually suffers because so much money.
Yeah, they gave him that contract, didn't they?
I wonder if that's what happened to Atlanta, actually. So much money went to Matt Ryan.
Yeah, but they're not
happening. Yeah, but they also drafted for that defense.
True. But that year they gave him all that money, the Packers did suck. The year they gave him all that money, the Packers did suck. So, interesting. I mean, not a bad theory.
This one's a tough pick, man. I want to say Green Bay bounces back because I like Aaron Rodgers. I think he's 10 times better than Dak, but Dak's actually playing really good this year. But he's also played Cincinnati-like teams, so
you can just say bad.
Green Bay. I'm picking Green Bay to bounce back. Moving on, Indianapolis at Kansas City. I don't think this should be a question because Kansas City looks absolutely unstoppable with Patrick Mahomes the way he's playing. I don't think they're going to lose a game until he breaks an elbow or something.
Yeah, and props to the Lions. They could have won that game against the freaking Chiefs.
So bad.
That was crazy.
I wanted them to win
that
so
was the
bad.
game of the week. That was amazing.
But then Mahomes takes off on a 4th-and-8 scramble, and then freaking someone dropped a game-winning interception in the end zone.
Was it Darius Slay?
That was painful for me to watch for you, Lions fans.
And the Lions fumbled on the 1-yard line, which turned into a 100-yard fumble return. That's a 14-point swing in a 4-point game.
Lions could have won.
Close.
Lions straight up could have won. But Kansas City's just playing. They're getting lucky, too. They really are.
Is it better to be lucky or good? Ask the Chiefs, but they'll tell you both.
They got both, man. Yeah. They got luck and they got talent.
Well, speaking of about teams that don't have luck, the Colts, and they just got crushed by luck last week. Wasn't Doyle taken out by Vontez Perfect?
Yes.
I want to say that impacted them, but that was just bad luck or dirty play. Regardless, it did not look good for them. And now you got to go to KC. I think KC just runs up the score. I think this is a game they take the lead early and they just control it. I thought Jacoby Brissett was better than he was. I gave him too much respect, and last week he fell to earth, and I don't think you're going to climb to catch the Chiefs based on that.
I thought losing Kareem Hunt and losing Tyreek Hill for a while would kind of slow him down.
LaShawn McCoy played marvelously. It was a great acquisition, and I think it's, lateral.
Absolutely. Moving on, we got Cleveland at San Francisco.
I just realized we picked the exact same games all week.
Except here. I'm going with San Fran, you're going with Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, I believed in Cleveland at the start of the year. I didn't believe in San Fran at the year.
I don't believe in Jimmy Garoppolo still.
I think the Browns have finally found their stride, and I think the Niners have ran out of easy opponents.
They're coming off a bye, though. I think that matters a little bit. And Cleveland's also going cross-country, though.
I think people give too much credit for byes. I really do.
I hope you're right, because I don't want San Fran to win, because prove me wrong, damn it. You're going to start out 4-0, but you're still not winning off of Garoppolo. I said you're overrated because of Garoppolo, and so far...
You rip on him every time. You can talk about other stuff about the Niners.
Their defense is playing good, man. I think they could beat Cleveland.
Okay, cool. I think Cleveland will win just because their offense finally did what I expected. Regardless of what you say, I don't think your defense is bad, but that still put up 500 yards. That was great. That was awesome.
No, I think the Ravens' defense is absolutely abysmal.
Well, we'll see, but
Jimmy Garoppolo, I bet he throws a pick six.
You just couldn't help yourself.
He's thrown a pick six 4 times this year.
All right, fine, but I'm picking the Browns. I feel good in picking the Browns. So what? We disagree on that game.
Yeah.
God, I hope I go undefeated. I hope you go mostly undefeated.
Well, one of us is going to have a better record.
God dang.
Unless there's 6 ties.
I'm sorry for last week to everyone I'm trying to help. I don't know if that's growing pains or what. I've had very few weeks that have gone that bad for me. It hurt me.
Everyone else had a terrible week.
I don't even feel good taking that out. It hurt me to see that. I'm self-proclaimed. I feel like I know it, and I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but the Oakland beating Indy...
That was crazy. And Carolina beating Houston. It was just a rampant week of upsets. Okay. But still, I like picking upsets. Do you know what it was like to see that? Just everyone gets destroyed, and I love that.
It was because we're just assume Carolina still kind of was under the impression they're playing with Cam Newton, so we're just they're going to lose every game. Now, Cam Newton missing freaking sides of Bonds, and he looked awful. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we'll get back to you week 6, see how we did. If we did pretty crappy, you should probably not take us very credibly.
Until the week we do, in which case take us credibly that week.
I felt good about last week, too. This week, I don't feel as good about, but I do feel pretty good.
You know what? I'll give you 3 picks right here if you need a lock, and if any of them are wrong,
don't listen to us, please.
Philly over the Jets, New England over Wash, LA over Denver. God, picking the easy ones.
Just pick Kansas City. I pick Kansas City.
I could be bold. I'd say Cleveland, but I'm picking Eagles over the Jets. I mean, that's ancient evil stuff. The Jets have never beat them. They're both teams since the 60s. That's awesome. Before that, I think, even.
Fucking Jets.
Never beat them. Anyway, as you know, Pigskin Politics, hopefully we'll have a rebound week and we won't be so sad next time. So, yeah.
See you.
Bye.